Hey, you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the north. More specifically, we are in Valparaiso, Indiana. Drove up last night, stayed in Louisville, Kentucky last night, drove up here to my mom's house last night, and was surprised by a winter snow, a Christmas snow this morning. Got not too bad. I was able to just clear my windshield by turning the wipers on. But I guess we're getting a little bit of snow. We're gonna maybe get a little bit of a white Christmas coming up here. I'm actually headed out now. Driving up to Wisconsin for the next 2 days is the plan, and then coming back here and spending Christmas with my mom and my family here. Also, I got to stop and get a new laptop. I was editing last couple days, editing with my laptop. The cord, it was not charging the laptop unless I could fiddle with it for a few hours and then it would start charging. But so I ordered a new cord. The new cord doesn't work, or it works the same as the old cord. So obviously the problem is with the laptop. Had the laptop about 3 years now, so I figure at that point there's really no fixing it. Any money I would put towards fixing it would be better spent on a new laptop. So my goal is to stop at Best Buy, pick out a new laptop, and then continue north to Wisconsin today. So please follow me. Now the roads are pretty clear, that's one thing about living here where they're used to snow, is they're really good at getting it cleaned up, at getting salt put down, at getting the roads scraped. I actually saw a snow plow as I was pulling out. Yeah, living in the mountains, you don't get as much snow, but also when you do, it's just rough because the roads are curvy. The roads are difficult to get to, so it just doesn't get cleaned up. And plus, they don't have the infrastructure, the snow plows. It just doesn't snow enough to have that army of snow plows like they do here. So when it snows, everything gets shut down basically until the snow just melts on its own. But here in the Midwest, when it snows, it's just business as usual. Now, normally I would order a laptop online. I need my laptop tonight. I can't be fighting with it to keep it charged. So let's head in there and see if we can find us a laptop. All right, the gentleman was giving me some advice on what I needed. And I think I settled on this, the Asus VivoBook Pro. Didn't want anything too crazy, but I just wanted something that could handle my editing. I don't edit in a crazy sense, so I think I like the mouse pad there. It's got 2 USB-Cs. It's got the normal USB and then the laptop plug-in there. So I think my laptop now only has USB-C. So this, at least I probably won't use most of those, but they're there if I need them. I think it has a SD card reader as well. Again, I'm not a big tech guy. I don't know a lot about computers. I don't know a lot about this sort of thing, but from what he described, this suits my needs. Okay, that took less than 15 minutes, so fairly painless. Just fingers crossed that this is going to work smoothly tonight when I edit this video. This video will be the first video I edit on this laptop. So hopefully that'll go smoothly. But paid about a little under $1,200 for this, which I think is around what I paid for my last laptop. So maybe this one will last a little longer. We'll see. Anyways, time to head to Wisconsin. And I have made it to my destination for the day. We are here at the Milwaukee public museum, my most beloved of all eons. This is the museum I grew up going to. My dad used to take me here every time I visited. When I came to visit my dad lived about 3 hours from me, so he'd come pick me up, and first thing I would ask him was if we could go to the museum. Occasionally, I'd throw in, hey, let's go visit Chuck E. Cheese, but for the most part, it was this museum here. Now, sadly, they're already building the replacement museum. They said this may be open until the end of 2025 is kind of the projection of when this is going to be open until. So I've said goodbye a few times, but it's hard for me to just let it go, to just say I'm done. So I did want to stop back in. This is like so much nostalgia for me. This building is my childhood. My happiest memories of my childhood are going through this museum. And joining me today, my brother Jack from here in Milwaukee. How you doing, Jack?
Good.
Now, we are 18 years in age apart. So you were here too, right?
Yeah, I grew up, Dad always took me here all the time too, growing up. Definitely big chunk of my childhood.
Yeah, so
through here.
When I grew up, it was me and our other brother Zach, who is in between the two of us. We would go to the museum here. So I guess you got the other end where Zach was older and you were younger.
Yeah.
I think my dad said between the three of us that sometimes he came to the museum about once a month.
Yeah. I came here, I don't know why. I've been here, it was definitely a couple times a year he'd take us here.
Definitely, for sure. Like I was saying, when I used to visit, like this would be the first thing I tell him, like, Dad, we go to the museum, right?
Yeah, totally.
I think at some point Dad was getting pretty exhausted with the museum, but
yeah, he did tell me that he regrets. He wished he could have been here so he could see it one last time, but yeah. But we'll enjoy it for him.
Yeah, he can watch the video, Dad. This one's for you.
That's for you.
All right, we are headed in. All right, and we are headed in to the main museum. This lower part here actually wasn't here when I was a kid. They added this. They changed the entrance. The entrance used to be out front. Yeah, we start here with the Velociraptor skeleton. And as Jack was just telling me, this is like super nostalgic, just going up, seeing this and knowing that museum's about to start. And then as we head up the stairs, see all the bones, the big whale there. Now this is actually a more recent addition, even though it's like the more old school type of museum. So basically what they did here is they recreated what the museum would originally have looked like when it was formed in the late 1800s, kind of the Victorian style museum with all the different skeletons on display. There's like a descendant of the elephant there, and lots of taxidermy. You will see so much taxidermy in this museum. This museum is where I developed my love of taxidermy. Things in there like the blue lobster, different crustaceans, the bird box back here. And I just, I love this throwback style to the museum, the old Victorian museums you used to see. It was just, all these glass boxes and different random wonderful bits and pieces. You can see the behind the skeletons here. And this is truly special, this muskrat display. This is incredibly historic. Now, I mentioned that this museum gave me my love for taxidermy, but this museum, this Milwaukee Public Museum, is literally where modern taxidermy was invented. This tableau here, created by a taxidermist and big game hunter by the name of Carl Akeley, who basically invented the form of taxidermy where you build like a form inside. Before that, they just stuffed taxidermy like a big bag. They just like put the straw inside the animal. But Carl Akeley developed the modern form of taxidermy, and he this here is considered to be the first wildlife diorama of all time. So the first time that taxidermy animals were placed in their natural environment to look as though they were alive. This is the very first, 1890 this was built. So kind of crazy, where I developed my love of taxidermy here at the Milwaukee Public Museum. Literally where taxidermy was invented. And this here is another landmark of taxidermy. This is Samson, the beloved gorilla from the Milwaukee Zoo. I remember my dad telling me about seeing Samson. He died in 1981, so that was before I was old enough to go to the zoo. So this is technically not the taxidermy, because he didn't have. I guess they didn't save his skin to be taxidermied. But they actually had this woman here was actually doing a live exhibit here in the museum where she was reconstructing and making a recreation of Samson, and she won these awards, best in the world at what she did. And there is Carl Akeley on the medallion, the man that invented taxidermy here at the Milwaukee Public Museum. There is the World Taxidermy Championship here by the artist Wendy Christensen Sank. And of course, 2024, the year of the pressed penny here on the Carpetbagger channel. We've got the old school pressed penny machine here that says Milwaukee Public Museum. Definitely going to have to get some pennies before these are gone. All right, we go penny, quarter. There we go. Slide the penny in, but it is automated. This one just has one design, the Triceratops. There we go. And this is one of the stalwarts, one of the most, one of my personal favorites, and one of the most classic exhibits here, the Streets of Old Milwaukee. They actually built this into the building when they built this current location that was built in the 1960s. Now the entrance used to be over there.
Yeah, I think it used to be, and then they added recently this little train car.
Oh, let's go have a field trip.
They added this train to like make you go back in time.
Yeah, this was the addition here. So you have to enter through the streetcar, and this will take you back in time to Old Milwaukee. Do you recognize these buildings, Jack? You live here in Milwaukee.
I do not, but born and raised.
Oh, there's the tannery. I think that's where the big smokestacks are.
Oh, yeah.
On the highway. And here we go. We exit into Old Milwaukee. Yeah, that's the old entrance right there. It's still there, but you don't get the experience of going through the trolley.
That's where my friends work. Northwestern Mutual.
Yeah, a lot of these businesses are still there. These are all old businesses, and they do decorate. You can see they do decorate for Christmas here. You hear some noise piped in, some jingle bells. Yeah, I told you guys I have a fascination with taxidermy. I also have a fascination with wax figures and mannequins. And I think it's here in Old Milwaukee where I developed a love/fear of mannequins. These mannequins lurking in these old store windows. Yeah, it's an absolute shame. They've stated that they are not moving Old Milwaukee. It's too difficult to move to the new location. So this will all be gone. This literal major piece of my childhood will be gone. Okay, I remember. There used to be like a police officer in this box here. The police officer is gone, but there is his jacket. So he is gone, but his jacket is still there. We got the postman here who's writing a sweet Harley Davidson. That makes sense because Harley Davidson is made here in Milwaukee. And this here to me is kind of the center point of old Milwaukee. Now normally there is an old lady that sits on the porch in a rocking chair and she actually rocks. And I remember being absolutely terrified when I was like,
nightmare fuel.
Yeah. Because she was just like, it was the only thing that was actually moving, and she looked very lifelike.
It's very ominous.
And she was creaking. But when it is winter, when it is Christmas time, they actually move her indoors. So let's see if we can catch a peek of her through the window. Oh yeah, there she is. There is the old lady. And my dad actually told me that the original old lady was actually even scarier. But yeah, she would just sit there rocking on the porch. You see, now she's too busy decorating her Christmas tree. I hope, even though they're not bringing old Milwaukee, that maybe Grandma can find her way somewhere into the museum. Jack was just noting that it's so easy to just miss things and little details they have everywhere, like the kite caught in the electrical cords. Notice over here there is a rat on the window up there. Oh yeah, look down here. There's like a little bunny out on the front porch. And you see the footprints, the snowy footprints leading up. Just that attention to detail is so cool. And this theater over here, during the majority of my childhood was just closed off. They didn't use it for anything. I think they had like maybe a figure in the window, a ticket taker. But the theater itself, like seriously, for probably over a decade, was just closed off. Now they do have it open. It looks like they play a little documentary on the streets of Milwaukee, streets of old Milwaukee. Just the eyes there for the optometrist office. Now this used to actually work here. I don't know when the last time it worked was. Now they got it strapped down. But the kids used to line up so that they could like pump this and have the water pour out. Oh, look up there. See Santa peering down from the window. See the Schlitz sign. The beer that made Milwaukee famous. And you can look in here and see that bartender there. Me and Jack were just talking about how, as kids, we thought it was really amusing that they had naked ladies at the museum. You could see, and then there's like a table there. People have been gambling and drinking, and that's one thing. Like the insides of these tableaus are very detailed. Just all the little things in this area that you cannot enter. It's the bakery here. You said there's a cat hiding back there?
There's Easter eggs all over the museum. The cat like hiding back.
Oh yeah, you can barely see it back there, but there is a cat in the bakery. I don't know if I've ever noticed that before. There's the bakers. Yeah, upstairs here. I think there's the photographer who's up here. Let's peek in the window. Yeah, so this is the doctor right here. Not sure what.
I think that's a bomb.
Yeah, it kind of looks like one. Honestly, that's why I was thinking the same thing. But you see here, have the photographer, and is there a trick to?
That's what I said.
There we go. Okay, yeah.
I was just about to.
Yeah, you'd come up here, the light would flash. I didn't know. I couldn't remember if they had to like move a certain way, but I guess once you come up here, he snaps a photo. Yeah. Up on this balcony, you just get a good view of old Milwaukee. You can see there's some snowflakes projected on the street for Christmas. Head into the general store. And I didn't see any people at first, but I noticed back there in that corner, you can see the mail the mail collector or mailman there. I think that's what it is. So there's a P.O. boxes. Just heard like a cat noise coming from somewhere. It's from the roof?
Yeah, I think so. See, look at these Easter eggs.
Oh gosh, is that a real cat?
No.
I mean, that's a real taxidermy cat.
Yeah.
I never knew there was a creepy cat hiding back in this corner. And he was like started like meowing like he was throwing a fit.
There's Easter eggs everywhere.
Oh my gosh, that is that is wild.
I didn't know that either.
It's the barber shop. And here is the Haymarket Square. This is a actual shop amongst all these facsimile of shops. There's one that actually sells products. And a lot of that is hard candy. Although I used to love these when I was a kid. I'd get these sticks while I was here. The machine and pattern shop. And then this is the point where we are leaving Old Milwaukee and entering the European Village. So in the European Village, every house is a different European country. So this is the Slovene house. And here's the East European Jewish home. And you can see in some of the houses, they are decorated for Christmas. This is the Austrian house here, so the Austrian Christmas tree. And in the town square, we have this upside-down rotating Christmas tree twirling in the sky, just like they used to do in Europe. And then over here we have Padraic O'Connor, who was an Irish storyteller. I definitely remember this as a kid. I think it was a bunch of pictures of me and relatives next to old Padraic here. He's got a puppy in his coat. Looks like he's writing a story. So this is a Hungarian house. My grandmother on my mom's side is Hungarian. It's the Croatian house. The little doll child. Here's the Ukrainian house. Looks like they've got a delicious plate of sausage and hard-boiled eggs. You always gotta watch out. There could be someone peering at you. This is our house here, Jack. The Czech house.
Slovak.
Here's a Czech beehive. It says that the bees enter and exit through the mouth there. One of the more bone-chilling sightings in the museum. Look at that. We got this little wooden carved beggar here on the streets of the European Village. I remember always asking my dad to spare some money so we could give it to the beggar here. It says, "I beg you kindly, come drop a coin, but before you do, lift up my hat." Wait, so not his hand, but whoop, oh, you insert the money right into his skull. No idea where that money's going to.
Just turning his brain into mush.
There's the Swedish house. Peer in through the window. A lot of peeking in this museum. Yeah, look up there. There's another lady on that porch. Jack just noticed that there is like a random stork on the back of that building. And to round out my ancestry, here is the German house, where this man is having Christmas dinner with his little dog. The Dutch house here. This is like a toy maker. He's making a little sailboat. Which house is this? This is the Irish house. Okay. The Irish woman there knitting a sweater. Got another pressed penny machine here. I think we definitely want to grab us a Streets of Old Milwaukee penny. And I got my old Milwaukee penny there, and then I accidentally printed out a King Tut penny as well. You can see the out here we have the dinosaur diggers digging for some bones. And here's some of the dinosaurs. These ones move, don't they?
They used to, at least. Oh yeah, here. Oh, maybe not anymore.
Do they not move anymore?
They used to. That one lights.
Oh, that just lights up the little possum down there. Okay, so that lights up the possum.
That's a shame. They don't move anymore.
Yeah, these used to be animatronic, but I guess they're extinct. Okay, and these people out here, it's like they're collecting butterflies. This is under the bridge here in Milwaukee, and this person has some zebra mussels, or invasive species that clog up the pipes in this area. And you look down here, there's piles of trash in the gutter down there. And look at this. Can you find the rat? Let's see. See if we can find the rat. There he is. He's so cute. Oh. There he goes. I'm going to hit the button again. There he is. Yeah, there's some more researchers down here. Here's a feathery dinosaur. And I remember when they added this, the butterfly wing. Wing is in section of the museum, not wing as in the actual on a butterfly. Although butterflies do have wings. All right, so this is like the decontamination area we entered, and now we have to open this. Don't let that butterfly's trying to get out.
He's trying to escape.
Don't let him
get out of here, dude.
Don't let him get out. Oh.
Go on.
Oh, Jack. Yeah, don't let the butterfly escape.
Go on, get it.
Oh yeah, there's butterflies flying everywhere. Ooh. It's the transformation station, where these are all actual cocoons turning into butterflies. See, some of them already turned. A couple butterflies hanging there. What's the trick here to getting them to land on you? If you hold your hand out. Oh, did you get one? Here, land on me. You gotta be really careful. Like, you can't panic. If a butterfly lands on you, you can't swat it. You have to be gentle. Don't move so fast. Eating their traditional butterfly meal of rancid apples. Oh, do you got one, Jack? Oh, flew away.
Have it.
There are definitely a lot of butterflies in here. You got one?
Got one.
Hey there, little butterfly. Oh.
He knows. I'm a good soul.
Alright, so we are safe. Safe to exit here. Make sure no butterflies are following us. Let me check your bag. Oh, you got the mirror there so you can make sure there's no butterflies on you.
No freeloaders.
And after we get to see all those beautiful butterflies fluttering around, we get to see what one looks like up close. Spoiler alert, they're horrifying. Look at this. Look how disgusting a fly is up close. Oh man. Yeah, look at these. They're like a flea. God sure made some hideous monsters. Here is the Tree of Life, showing all the different taxidermied animals springing forth from the animal kingdom. Yeah, just an immense amount of taxidermy. And we're just getting started on the taxidermy here. This museum has a lot of taxidermy. Oh, there's a hardworking paleontologist there. He's going to dig little bones out of that dirt pile and put them together. It'll be looking like this. All right. The third planet is being watched by an eye in the sky that can't be stopped. entering the dinosaur section. And here's the bones that you can play with. Do you want to race bones? See who can get their bones spinning the fastest? Okay. It's going to come flying out of there. And it was in this very room here that I learned the difference between stalagmites and stalactites. They're called stalactites because they hold tightly onto the ceiling, unlike these little stalagmites down here. And this is a little exhibit that's always been here. The two earthscapes. So you push the button here. I think it shows the difference between having water and no water. Yeah, that's no water. And their water's back. Here's the tropical reef of southeastern Wisconsin. And yeah, these squids, these squids are a major part of my childhood.
You can see like how like rusty / old they are. You go to like the side, they've been here forever. Like, look at like the
they've got a little age on them, but they're still beautiful squids to me. Or you look over here through the smaller areas, and you see little trilobites and different sea creatures. But yeah, these squids. These squids. And then this is the scene here showing evolution, the fish, the aquatic animal evolving into a lizard. Here's the forests of Illinois, which apparently used to be populated by giant toothed man-eating salamanders. And now we're talking my very first introduction to dinosaurs right here. And if you hear that rumbling, oh, you hear that breath, you know exactly what that means. Yeah, this is probably the center point of the museum. I think this is what everyone remembers. I think every child in this area remembers being completely traumatized by this scene. Yeah, were you afraid to come in here as a kid?
Once you saw the Stegosaurus, you knew
you got
it was coming.
Yeah, when you got saw the Stegosaurus, you got that pit in your stomach.
You were terrified.
I mean, it is even now it is kind of surprisingly graphic.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, you can see. Oh yeah, and then there's the lightning. There's lightning and thunder. Oh, there's a bolt of lightning. I don't know if they had the bolts of lightning when I was a kid. But yeah, you can see the dead Triceratops. His tongue is hanging out of his mouth. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is where I learned that T-Rexes were scary. And I remember every time you bring a little kid, the little kid's like, when are we gonna have to go see the dinosaurs? Do we have to go see the dinosaurs? Tell me when they're coming up so I can cover my eyes. But the way this is laid, it's laid out like a haunted house. You have to come in here. You cannot progress through the museum without walking past the dinosaurs here. And you see, look at the lighting changing. It's becoming morning here. And then the little scavengers down here. I'm pretty sure they changed this at one point, this feather dinosaur, probably to make it more accurate. I think there used to be two that looked more like that. But yeah, you can hear the stomping. This is still just amazing. I mean, if anyone's out there listening, if my opinion means anything, please preserve this for the new museum. This is so iconic to every child in Milwaukee, every child that grew up going to this museum, every adult that used to be a child is now terrified of dinosaurs. And you can actually go up this balcony here to get a better view.
Water too.
Yeah, all the little details, this little dinosaur back there that you can't see normally. Yeah, there's fish. That's how much detail is. There's fish in the water down there that probably 99.9% of people that come wouldn't even think to look down there and see the fish. Yeah, let's head up here and get a better view. Oh yeah, you can really see the intestines from this angle. Oh man. All right, T-Rex. Hope to see you again sometime. But now the dinosaurs are done. It's glacier time. You can see the bones there of the Ice Age era creatures. And then there's like a little cave in the glacier. Oh wow, they have a flat screen in here now. They used to have like a VHS playing in here.
At all the exhibits, they would always have a really grainy VHS.
Oh yeah, I got
a big rock.
Big glowing rock and a flat screen TV. Okay, it's good that they still have this. This is on a flat screen, but it looks like the same. Oh, there we go. Looks like the same grainy VHS that has always been here.
The largest ones weighed as much as 100 tons. Hey, man, that's heavy. But the smallest dinosaur was not much bigger than a turkey.
And under the glowing neon, we enter the rainforest. Now, a lot of taxidermy in here, but it's all in these like weird shaped boxes. See, we got the bird box there. Up there's the monkey box. And then down here is the piranha box. Oh yeah, you can see the jungle cat lurking in his plexiglass box. Now, one thing I've noticed, they have turned off all the water features. This used to be a waterfall right here. Also, the fountain in the European Village used to be a fountain, and they used to be able to pump water in old Milwaukee. It looks like they've gotten rid of all the running water. We've come up onto the second floor. Oh, here is evidence for evolution. It's the Hoatzin and the Archaeopteryx there. Oh, look at this tamarin. He's so cute. Little parrot. And there's Mr. Turtle. And there's another little Easter egg or feature here. You press this button to find out how howler monkeys defend their territory. It's by howling. There's different birds enjoying their favorite snacks. The hummingbird, he likes nectar. The kingfisher here, he likes fish. The Rufus motmot likes butterflies. And, the toucan likes the occasional cherry. As we walk up here through the canopy, oh, you can see the scientist there watching out for birds, the vultures. There's a struggle to the death, the ultimate showdown. The caiman, which is a type of crocodile there, being devoured by the boa constrictor. Actually, yeah, there's a problem in Florida, the Everglades, with the boa constrictors killing alligators. Here's the science shack up here. Oh, see the scientist doing some work there. Looks like he's working on some flies. Look down into his pan. He's preserving flies. I don't know what he's doing with that bottle of salsa there. He's adding that to a little zest to the flies.
Watch out, there's a snake hanging by it.
Once again, another fun Easter egg. You can see the scientist's bed there, and then hanging on that rope right next to his bed is a poison snake. So he's not long for this world. See the Jeep right here taking stuff back to the Public Museum of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now, they used to have a Green Bay Packers bumper sticker there, but that's actually been peeled off. But Jack was showing me that there's a bumper sticker up here on the front that says, "I closed Walski's," which is a local bar that people have these bumper stickers to proudly proclaim that they stayed all night at the bar drinking alcohol. Oh, and here is a tableau of an office inside the Milwaukee Public Museum. So this is a fake office that's in the building, the real building that we are in, but made up to be a fake office in the real building. And, he's looking at some of these insects that they were collecting back in the jungle. You look out his window there, you can see the streets of New Milwaukee. See more science occurring over here.
1632 and so forth.
And all that's just the first floor. We gotta keep moving or we're gonna get way behind.
Yeah.
We may not be able to see it all. Okay, and here is another true classic scene here. The Native Americans running the buffalo off a cliff. You can see over here shows the larger scene where the buffalo or bison would be chased off the cliff, and then the Native Americans would recoup them at the bottom for later usage. Yeah, and you can see this this tableau here is just breathtaking. The buffalo there, goring the Native American horse. You can feel some. Looks like pretty fresh. I remember like sometimes people would like pet through to the
I was
bottom.
about to say, I just touched it and instantly regretted it.
It's a little bunchy. Yeah, it's a little like it's got material in it. But I wonder how often they have to change the petting buffalo skin.
That's probably been there for 30 years.
Now, one test is probably the greatest Easter egg here at the Milwaukee Public Museum. Is it there?
Mm-hmm.
Does it work? It works. It works. See the rattlesnake there. The secret button activates the rattle on the rattlesnake. Did it break? Okay, no.
No, it's still there.
But one of the things is like this button is not easy to find. So yeah, look, you can't even like this is one of those things you have to like know. Like someone has to show you. And that was always like one of my favorite things was like if you had someone new coming to the museum the first time, you could like, oh, I got a secret I got to show you.
Don't tell anyone. And you just walk back here. There's no.
You like have to like reach like
there's no
like underneath
advertisements or
the rock.
anything.
I don't even know if I can show. Yeah, there it is right there. It's just a little metal button right there. Push it, and that activates the rattlesnake. Oh, you feel like you're so in the know when you teach someone about the rattlesnake button. Oh, this is a really cool exhibit, but unfortunately, it is not entirely functional. It's a Native American powwow, and this would actually, you can see the track there. It used to actually rotate, and you'd hear the chanting, you'd hear the drums as this rotated in a full circle. You can see the announcer there calling out. You could hear him over his microphone as the Native Americans danced in the circle. It broke quite some time ago, and there used to be a sign saying that they were in the progress of fixing it, but it never got fixed. And they don't even have the audio on, which is strange. You think they could still run the audio?
Yeah, they used to still have the audio.
Still have the audio playing, even though it wasn't rotating.
No, it's not.
And I'm imagining this is probably not going to be moved in its current state to the new location. But just look at like all the different figures, all the intricate costumes and designs. And you see her there, like she's got another circle under her, so she would rotate independently. See there, so they would do like a dance rotating independently of the turntable. You see all the figures, like the hyper-realistic figures. Okay, so this is very interesting. This is a temporary exhibit, or maybe the last temporary exhibit ever. This is the groundbreaking evolution of a natural history museum. I'm thinking this must be the history of this museum that we're currently in. So it talks about the history of the museum, a new kind of public institution. Talks about 1882, the museum was founded. It says one of the first natural history museums in the country. So I was just very fortunate to grow up going here. It really is an amazing institution. Okay, so this is interesting. I did not know about this. In 1928, they had a live lion cub named Simba here living at the museum. Here is Simba's wooden bowling ball. It says that the scratches were caused by the lion playing with the bowling ball.
Wooden bowling ball.
Oh, it says he actually injured his teeth.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But the thing is, they said when he got a little older, they had to send him to a zoo. So he went to the Washington Park Zoo. And when he died at the Washington Park Zoo, he came back to the museum as a taxidermy specimen, and he's still upstairs. We'll go say hi to him. Here, talks about some of the taxidermy dioramas. Yeah, I see this little miniature here. I recognize this. This is an actual display that is upstairs, and kind of shows the early way taxidermy was made. Guess this is probably not how it's made today, but it shows the skeleton here, and they actually cover the skeleton in clay to make the original mold, which is interesting. And then I guess they take that mold with the skeleton in it and cover that in plaster. And then they use that plaster to make another mold, which they use to put the skin on top of. So that's a very complicated process. That's quite a few molds that have to be made in order to create a taxidermy specimen. And we had Simba the lion. We also have Timba the elephant. He's been here since 1911. He's upstairs. We're going to go check him out. Yeah, here it talks more about Carl Akeley and basically the creation of modern taxidermy here at the Milwaukee Public Museum. So these dioramas here. It says these were created by the WPA in the 30s. And this is interesting here. This is really cool. It's talking about the streets of old Milwaukee. Shows them building the streets. You can see them laying down the brick there. And it mentions right here on the display, the exhibit inspired many exhibits around the country, including Streets of Yesterday at House on the Rock, my favorite roadside attraction of all time. It says here they sculpted their own mannequins in-house in the early to mid 1900s, made them out of beeswax, so they are genuine wax figures. It's a Native American that would have been created for the buffalo scene we saw. It says when they created the rainforest section, they didn't want to kill endangered species to taxidermy them, so they made these like artificial macaws here to put in the rainforest. Here are two old wax figures that they pulled out of storage for this exhibit. And I remember both of these. This is Cleopatra, and the sign over there says that they felt that this was too Hollywood, that it wasn't accurate. It looked too much like Hollywood's portrayal of Cleopatra. One thing I think they did change, I'm like pulling a deep memory here, is that she used to hold a snake in her hand. And this here is Pierre Esperet Radisson for an exhibit on French fur traders. They removed him. He used to be where the trolley is for Old America. They removed him for Old Milwaukee. So they removed him in 2014. Oh boy, that's the new museum that I guess they're currently building. I think 2027, I think, is the projection of when that's going to open. Oh man, it's be really hard to say goodbye. And I don't know. Admittedly, I have negative feelings about this. I don't want it to move. This building looks too small. Like, where are they going to put everything? And it's interesting though. I mean, this is building built from the ground up to be the museum. And funny enough, this building that we're in right now was built from the ground up in the 60s to specifically be the museum. But times change. They say the building here is too hard to maintain. And so we're getting this new building here. And I'll go there. I'll see what it was like. But clearly it's not going to be the exact same. It's not going to be the same museum. And here they kind of explain why they're moving. I guess a lot of it is, the building's not considered a safe place for these artifacts. And they're showing here's like buckets in the hallway where the ceiling was dripping. They have to have tarps over the artifacts because there's dripping. I actually remember this. There was a time when they were throwing plastic sheets over some of the taxidermy animals because there was water leaking in their exhibits. It says, what is happening to current exhibits? Now it says that they're going to use some, not all, but some of the old artifacts and display them in different ways. They're actually showing here, this is promising, the squids, me and Jack's beloved prehistoric squids.
Can't get rid of those.
They're showing them a new display here. So this is like an artist rendering. And so yeah, looking at keeping those, that's a good sign. Shows that that Triceratops bones out front of the dinosaurs. Shows like a concept here. Although I'm nervous because they're not showing the T-Rex. Yeah, I do think it's interesting, the ones here that just have the single penny design in them. There's display there of what happens to your penny. There we go, a little sarcophagus. Oh yeah, here we saw the miniature version of this in the temporary exhibit. The antelopes here out on the plains. And these dioramas here at the Milwaukee Public Museum are just the absolute best. See over here the prairie dogs coming out of the holes. Again, little Easter eggs everywhere. You got to keep an eye out. Sometimes there's like little hidden animals in the scenes. Yeah, always remember this where you walk underneath the geese and ducks. Here's one of the Milwaukee bucks. And this wall is interesting. You have the taxidermied birds, and then it says if the lights are on, the birds are here. If the lights are off, they have migrated. So you look down here, and it shows the different birds on the diagram, and the ones that are lit up are still here in the Milwaukee area. Of course, most of them are not. You can see most of these lights are off because it is mid-December, so not all these birds sticking around. Looks like we still got some pheasants in the area. There's Wisconsin mammals. Love these. The badger, of course. Wisconsin is the badger state. And look at this, the lynx. Look at this lynx here. Oh, and look at this. I love how they just don't hold back. Like this bobcat is just ripping out the spine of this bird, and you can see all the blood and gore. And chaos reigns. The squirrels here, and it shows the snowshoe rabbit, how it changes from the summer fur to the winter fur, which is more white, so it can remain camouflage. Got your beaver, your woodchuck, your porcupine, and good old Wisconsin possum. And look at these birds here. These are black-crowned night heron. But look at these little babies. They have like a weird green belly and green legs. This one here, look at that. He's like hanging on like a monkey. He's eating a frog. That's terrifying. What is that? Oh yeah, these babies down here are fighting each other. Look at that. Why? Another one of my favorite all-time displays is this beaver pond with the beaver house. You can see the beaver there chewing the wood, and literally seeing this as a kid. Oh, Easter egg, there's a snake right there. As a kid. Oh, it's just covered. There's like a little weasel there too. Just so many animals. But yeah, as a kid, I saw this and I wanted to live in a beaver house. I wanted to be a beaver so I could swim under the water. See the beaver swimming under the water there. That swims up inside. I remember seeing this porthole as a kid and being like, "Oh, that's so cool! How so cool! How they can't even go outside. They have to go through the water to get up into the beaver den." I just imagined as a kid being a beaver, living in a cozy beaver den. Ah, this brings back warm memories. Never got the chance to actually be a beaver or live in a beaver den, but all your dreams can't come true. It's another Native American scene. Right here, you see the little baby in the papoose, just hanging out there. This little basket. Loved this one. bears eating the bees. You see the bees just covering his face and stinging him. The big bear doesn't seem to mind. He's just going at the honey. But the poor little baby bear is like reeling from all the bee stings. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I couldn't, when I was a kid, I remember asking my dad, I couldn't understand like how the bee could just stand being stung in the face that many times. I guess he just loves honey that much. And this is interesting here. You can see the note. It says, an item or items has been permanently removed from this exhibit in compliance with the Native American Graves Protection and Repatriation Act. Now, I don't know all the details, but it gives the tribes way more say over what goes into museum exhibits. They actually have some control over how their culture is depicted. I know that in Colorado, the Colorado Natural History Museum, they actually shut down their entire wing of the entire Native American exhibit because of that act. And you have here with just all these birds and all this bird feces.
One of the best exhibits.
This is your favorite?
Yeah, just because of how foul it is.
So disgusting. All the birds pooping on each other. There's like so many birds, different bird things happening here. Yeah, there's a bird, baby bird eating out of the mother's mouth. There's the seagulls eating an egg here, presumably belong to this bird here. It looks very angry. That's pretty mean. Like eating someone's baby like in their face. Like what are you gonna do about it? Yeah, this exhibit of prehistoric Indians of the Southeast. You could see all the items in this display were removed due to the Native American Act. I thought this one was always interesting too. The manatee. It's probably not an actual taxidermy manatee. It's probably like a recreation. But I always love when they do taxidermy displays where there is like above water and below water to it. You can see there's like a frog there on the lily pad. Oh yeah, there's like a little alligator crawling into the swamp. So yeah, you could just sit and like spend all day looking at these and seeing all the hidden animals.
Yeah, it's fun going in each exhibit and just finding as many little animals and stuff as you can.
Little snake there in the tree.
I just moved the glass.
Oh, here's the ultimate showdown. Alligator versus pelican. There's the Sonora desert here. All the little different desert animals. And look up there in the cactus. There's like a little tiny owl peeking out. Uh-oh. This buck here better watch out. We got a mountain lion on the loose. We got another example of Native American artifacts being removed by the tribe. This is like a Native American Puebla village here. And some Southwest Native American crafts. And look at this. It says, is this a German swastika? No, it is a whirling log, sacred symbol often mistaken for a German swastika. Because it predates the swastika. So, yeah, unfortunately, the Germans ruined this design for everyone. We have the Rocky Mountain scenes in here. The mountain goats. The elk having a hyper-violent elk fight. And this actually tells a funny story here. You see the two male elk fighting to the death here. And this female elk is actually not even watching. She's looking at this studly loner elk out in the field. Yeah, I definitely remember this one. Like I said, these scenes don't hold back. Like, they made sure to, like, really show you the terror on the gopher's face as he is clawed to death by this eagle.
No sugarcoating it for the
No
kids.
sugarcoating. This stuff is, like, dramatic when you're a kid. Like, you know, kids don't understand, like, that animals rip each other apart violently. But they find out once they come to the Milwaukee Public Museum. Oh, yeah, here's an old grizzled prospector there and his tootie donkey. Yeah, I remember asking my dad, Dad, why is that pelican eating its own baby? And he's like, it's not eating a baby. It's just feeding its vomit to it. More examples of animals eating each other. You can see that delicious salmon there that the bear has ripped to pieces. Oh, what a hungry bear. All right, floor number 3. And this is probably the newest permanent exhibit they have, where you can go in and see the mummies. Oh, this is a polar. Okay, and I actually have this on one of the pressed pennies I got earlier. They have a recreation of King Tut here, but not the dead version. This is actually the living version of King Tut. And they said they got rid of the Cleopatra to replace it with the King Tut here. And this is a real mummy. This is Patty Hayru, says was a Stolist priest. And now they live here at the Milwaukee Public Museum. No word on where the mummies are going, if they're coming or staying. We have another mummy here. This is Jed Hor. And you see, the other mummy's face was covered up rather tightly. Jed Hor is actually left open there, so you can see a more ghoulish visage. But one of the interesting things about Jed Hor here is they think that because of the inscriptions on his sarcophagus, that he was actually someone who prepared mummies. So a mummy of a man who made mummies. So this is pretty crazy. Jed Hor here had a massive hole in his skull that had showed signs of healing. They believe that they actually had tried some sort of experimental surgery. So this mummy here has had surgery on his skull, just showing you that surgery maybe not as new as we think it is today. Watch out. There's a baboon up there. And while Cleopatra was removed from the Egyptian exhibit, the Cleopatra penny is unfortunately out of order. So if you have a Cleopatra penny, it's probably a true collector's item. So Guatemalan market. Always remember the poor little pig being dragged here by the rope. All right, now we head into Middle America. I got a little street here. Some of the clothes of people from this part of the world. I always like this out here, the guy with the llama. So me and Jack were looking around for something we remembered. The shrunken heads that were in this area. And then Jack spotted this. Where are the shrunken heads? It says that the heads are authentic human remains, and the Milwaukee Public Museum has chosen to remove them from display to protect the dignity of the individuals. Now, I get it. Like I totally get it. But man, those shrunken heads, that blew me away as a kid. Yeah, standing right in this spot as a small child, my dad explained to me that these were real tiny heads. I'm like, they have to be pretend, right? He's like, no, that's a real person's shrunken head. And I've seen a lot of shrunken heads since there. Every Ripley's has at least one shrunken head, but it was right here in this spot that I am standing now that I saw my first shrunken head that blew my mind, blew me away, and may have left an indelible mark upon me. Jack, what does this guy say?
Give me gum gum dum dum.
Into Australia here, where you can see this guy getting ready to butcher a kangaroo while his dog watches. I feel like this museum, like I always left with like some weird feelings in my head as a little kid.
Yeah, it definitely
like,
a little scary.
What was that man doing to that kangaroo? It's the facts of life, kids. I remember these skulls. I remember one of my cousins said he didn't want to come to this part of the museum because these skulls scared him. Then of course you always had to get your photo op where you put your heads through the skull holes and take a family photo. Oh no. I don't know if these are real. I'm not 100% sure. I used to think these were real skulls when I was a kid. I think they might be recreations, and just by the fact that the museum leaves them out like this makes me feel they probably are recreations.
More fun to pretend they're real.
Yeah, it is more fun. These are real. I agree. These are real. Yeah, heading into the icy cold section here. See those big old moose. Oh yeah. Got the reindeer fighting over here. Yeah, and this is classic, the igloo. You can see the native people here with looks like they've used their dog sled. They've caught some delicious seals that they're going to be eating later.
Some babies.
Oh, they're puppies? Okay, there's puppies in that igloo. Then you can actually go inside the igloo here. The nice warm igloo. Yeah, I think I wanted to live in a beaver den or an igloo when I was a kid. There's some musk oxen. Little baby musk oxen there. Another scene of brutal reality here is this happy little seal peeks his face up out of the ice only to meet a spear in the face. And I don't think I even noticed this ever growing up, but back in the back wall, there's an inflatable device made out of a seal. Just a seal, apparently a seal with it sewed up and blown up like a balloon. And this scene here with the walrus. And peeking around the corner is this terrifying polar bear. Oh yeah, this family of walruses is doomed. This museum, she's seeing all the stories played out in these tableaus. They're all terrifying. This is there's all really a dark tone if you pay attention.
Shows you the reality of nature.
I think
Gotta learn one day.
Gotta learn one day that everyone's gonna be killed by something, possibly brutally. In the Asian section here, we can see the samurai hard at work with their killing implements. Oh yeah. In here. This is the Borneo rainforest. You see those orangutans. Oh yeah, there is a giant snake waiting to eat the orangutans. Nothing is safe here. No creature is safe at the Milwaukee Public Museum. Yeah, we have an Indian street scene here. Oh yeah, look at the snake charmer there, charming the cobra. It's a little elephant boy with his elephant. Yeah, it's interesting, it's a natural history museum at its core, but up here on the third floor, they cover all these different parts of the world, different cultures. Then we continue with our theme of prey versus predators. Everyone's getting hunted down here. It's the Balinese dance drama. You see the dancing dragon there. You can see the people feet down there holding up the whole dragon.
It's an unnerving mask.
That mask is a little unnerving. Yeah, a little bit of a scary mask. In order to see the ocean, you have to head up here. The ocean's on the very top of the building. Got this room of shells. And in the center, there's this tree covered in snails. These big, slimy snails there crawling up the tree. So this all-time classic section here where you actually start at the top of the ocean and you kind of work your way down. And you can see the big fish eating the little fish. There's like a parade of lobsters. And we head deeper and deeper and see different animals. Animals eating animals. The hammerhead there, gobbling down a little crab. See the school of fish up there. Big loggerhead turtle.
Some Schlitz beer down there.
Schlitz beer. Oh, they have like
Some beer can.
they have a beer can. Where's the beer can?
Right here. Do you see? It's like in the middle of the reef.
Let me see. Oh yeah, very good, Jack. I did not notice that ever there. Yes, there is a Schlitz beer can in the ocean here. Easter egg beer can. There's a lobster in the window. Yeah, you see the ocean getting darker and creepier as we head down. Big marlin. Oh, you can see like a shipwreck down there, the cannon. Oh, look at the size of that turtle.
A leatherback turtle.
Yeah, look at this. It's like a haunted house in here. It's getting spookier and spookier. The moray eel. There's this big shark. That was another thing to be scared of when you were a kid, is this shark right here.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the big octopus.
The octopus there, you see his tentacle up against the glass. And that is a coelacanth.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah, that's a coelacanth. I didn't know that when I was a kid. But yeah, the coelacanth, the fish that they thought was extinct, and then turned out to be alive. And then, very bottom of the ocean, we get like the little glowing creatures. And what is this? The New York. I don't know what that is. Is that like a sub? I guess it's like an early submarine or something. New York Nautical Society. Weird. Okay, here at the bottom, it is the bathysphere, the thing that I was trying to identify, and you can actually peek inside. It is a little early submarine. Oh man, you could not get me in this. This is a claustrophobic nightmare. But they do give you a wicker fan to keep yourself cool. And here we head into Africa. Let the violence begin. And look who we have over here. That is Simba the lion. We learned about him. He was a baby lion that lived here at the museum, then moved to the zoo, and then came back to the museum when he died and is immortalized here in this massive African display just full of different animals. But look who else is in the display. This is Timba, the African elephant that dates back early in the museum's history. He said that they had to, when they moved him to this building, they had to cut him into 3 pieces in order to fit him in here. But yeah, Timba and Simba, 2 of the classic taxidermy displays in here. And these taxidermy displays in Africa are just massive. It's like they're like in the middle of the display, like surrounded on all sides. Just look at all the different animals on display here. Got your baboons, the zebra. Oh, I definitely remember this one where they are spearing the lion. As the lion attacks the men here with their shields, and they are throwing spears into the lion, into that vicious lion, as he tries to attack these men.
Attention museum visitors. The 4:30 show theater showing of Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon will begin in 10 minutes. Visitors.
This always fascinated me as well. Talks about the people of Central Africa, and it states the tallest and shortest people in the world are from Central Africa. This man is a pygmy from Zaire and Rwanda, the shortest people in the world. And then this is a Tutsi from Rwanda and Burundi, who make up the tallest of the people in the world. And the massive, ferocious gorilla. And here we have a savanna fire in the background there as the animals flee. Some water buffaloes there. Looks like there's like a dead hippo skeleton in the mud. Just notice over here, there is a giant elevator. Here's the normal elevators. There's this giant elevator. I don't think this is for us to use. You probably have to have a key or something. But I guess this is what you use to get elephant parts up to the third floor. So yeah, the elephant probably rode on this elevator at one point.
Let's go find the shrunken heads.
Oh, you want to go? We're gonna go down there. We're gonna go to the
heads.
basement where they keep the shrunken heads.
Yeah.
You know, they actually have like an old Fiji mermaid here that they won't display either.
Oh.
So if we could get into storage,
we can get that
they
for
have
you.
the Fiji mermaid and the shrunken heads down there. They brought the Fiji mermaid out one time for like an exhibit on hoaxes.
Okay.
But I didn't catch it. I didn't see the exhibit while I was
Yeah, we
here.
gotta get down there.
Get down there, get the shrunken heads, I mean, since they're closing it down, we'll go get everything. We'll go get the T-Rex.
We're just helping them clean out.
We'll go get the squids.
We're just helping them. They're moving. We're helping.
They don't need this stuff anymore.
No.
As we exit through the gift shop here, I was actually looking for stuff that actually had like Milwaukee Public Museum like on the item. This is pretty fun right here. Keep calm and find the snake button. Like literally probably people that come into this gift shop have no idea
No
what the snake button is.
No chance.
But I guess that's you know you're from Milwaukee if you know about the snake button. That says Streets of Old Milwaukee. There's a little Milwaukee there. They've got the Christmas ornament there with Simba the lion on it, who lived here as a baby and then still lives here as a stuffed lion. Yeah, maybe I'll get a shirt. You have the hoodies here, Milwaukee Public Museum hoodies. You've got a scarf there. Whoop. Sorry, drop the hat there. And I do like this shirt here with the Hell Creek, the T-Rex scene. Unfortunately, that's long sleeves. I don't really wear long sleeves. Thinking maybe of going with this one here. Oh, these are little pieces of old Milwaukee. They're the barbershop in Haymarket Square. That's the actual store that sells things. And then look at this. I think I'm going to grab this. This is Granny's house. Got the grandma on the porch. Oh, we got one more pressed penny machine here. Let's grab us a Samson and the T-Rex on a penny farthing bicycle. I guess that's a mixture of the T-Rex and old Milwaukee. And there we go. I really like these. As we say goodbye to the Hebor mammoth. Oh, it looks like they do have another little exhibit here about their future home. They have a little map there where it's going to be at. Oh, yeah, it's lit up.
This is the Bucks Arena right here.
Okay, that's where the Milwaukee Bucks play. Is the current museum on this map? No, it's not on here. It's just going to be some distance away.
Oh yeah, it's right here. Sorry.
Oh, okay. There it is. That's where we currently are at. So yeah, you could probably walk from here to there. I don't know. But look at this. I want to look at this. Look how big this is. Look how massive this museum is. By the way, I think it took us about 4 hours to get through the whole museum. So it takes about 4 hours to get through that there. That doesn't look like 4 hours to me. How can you fit that into that. We will see. We'll keep an open mind, and hopefully they will give us some homage to the past here at the new location. Okay, here's some of the plans they have for the new museum. This is the Wisconsin Journey Gallery. It's like a walk through the forest. Oh, looks like the bee bear is making the cut at least. Looks like the rainforest is staying, and I guess we're keeping the butterflies as well. I was worried they were gonna gas them all. Okay, looks like we're keeping the bison display, so that's good. It says that they're gonna have the dancing display with the Native Americans, but it said it's gonna show a video instead of having it rotate.
We have our squids.
Yeah, the squids are going to be here. Go squids. I haven't seen anything about the T-Rex, though. I'm starting to get worried. And it looks like they're going to have something inspired by old Milwaukee. This is the commercial district. So, yeah, something that's going to be a little bit like old Milwaukee. We'll see. We'll see. And we see that night has fallen here in Milwaukee while we were inside the museum for 4 hours. Okay, so that possibly could be the last time. I don't want to say for sure because it's gonna be open, I think all next year. Who knows? I might come back and at least say goodbye a fourth time. But I'm definitely looking forward to checking out what they do with the new museum. As much as that pains me to even say, but.
Got to be open to change.
Open to change. So we'll see how it is. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for coming along with me. And me and Jack, this is our childhood here. So this means a lot to us. So hopefully it means a lot to you guys too. I think probably a lot of people in Milwaukee area are feeling the same way we are. And I think other people can relate, different parts of the country where you have a special place that you went to as a kid. I think a lot of people grew up going to the same museum over and over again and then developed a fondness for it. But thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like these videos, please subscribe. Are we locked out of the building? If you like these videos, please subscribe. I travel around the country, film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun, random stuff. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also selling enamel pins. Getting some new enamel pins restocked in the Etsy shop. We also have the Carpetbagger Motel key fobs, the pressed pennies, the stickers, doing personal messages on Cameo. For all that stuff, go to the description of this video, and all that helps keep this train on the track, this boat on the water, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.